We're diving deep into the mystery of the 1984 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, a rare coin that could transform your financial future. If you've been sitting on old pennies, there's a chance you've been holding onto a hidden treasure this whole time. But before we dive into how this penny could change your life forever, let's take a step back and look at the incredible journey of rare coins, and how they can make you wealthier than you ever imagined. Stick around, because you won't believe the shocking truth about the 1984 no-mint mark Lincoln penny that could be worth up to $795,000 today. That's no typo. Before we talk about the incredible value of the 1984 no-mint mark penny, let's first explore what exactly makes a coin valuable. When it comes to rare coins, condition, rarity, and unique characteristics are key. Coins with minting errors, rare variants, and historical significance can skyrocket in value. Now, in 1984, something very strange happened. A handful of Lincoln 1-cent pennies were accidentally minted without the mint mark, a mistake that went largely unnoticed for decades. Typically, U.S. pennies have a mint mark that indicates where they were produced, such as the D for Denver or S for San Francisco. But in 1984, some pennies were produced without any mint mark at all. You might be thinking, how could something so small make me rich? Well, it's because of its rarity. Only a few of these 1984 no-mint mark pennies were produced, and for years they were just lost in circulation. But here's the catch: most people didn't realize their true worth, until now. Think about it for a moment. How many of you have thrown out coins thinking they were just junk? Maybe you've even tossed away pennies because they were too insignificant. I mean, it's just a penny, right? Well, that penny could be sitting right there in your pocket, gathering dust, worth more than your car, your house, or even a dream vacation to an exotic island. Now let's talk about how you can spot the 1984 no-mint mark Lincoln penny in your own collection. This coin is extremely rare, and if you happen to find one, you could be sitting on a fortune. But what makes it so valuable? It's all about scarcity. Only a limited number of these coins were released into circulation, and due to their rarity, collectors have been hunting for them ever since. The true market value of the 1984 no-mint mark penny has skyrocketed in recent years, and today, some have sold for up to $795,000, yes, nearly $800,000 for a single coin. But wait, before you start getting excited and rushing to check your coin jar, you need to understand the condition requirements for this coin to be worth that much. In order for your penny to reach this value, it must be in pristine condition. A penny with any major damage, discoloration, or wear and tear will likely be worth far less. The key to unlocking its full value is finding one that is in mint condition. As the term mint condition implies that it has barely any signs of use, the market for rare coins is constantly fluctuating. In fact, right now is a prime time for selling these rarities, as collectors are willing to pay top dollar for well-preserved coins. But it won't last forever, so you need to act fast. You didn't think finding a penny that's worth more than your car was going to be easy, did you? But don't worry. It gets even better. Now comes the critical question: how do you cash in on your newfound fortune? You don't want to miss this golden opportunity, so let's get to the heart of the matter. If you think you found a 1984 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, there are several ways to authenticate it. You'll want to have the coin professionally graded by an accredited numismatist. Trust me, this step is crucial. A professional grading service can determine the coin's exact value based on its condition, and it will help ensure you don't get scammed. You see, there's a fine line between making a fortune and losing it. So, before you rush to sell, you need to be aware of the right avenues to sell your penny. Online auctions like eBay, rare coin dealers, or specialized numismatic auction houses can be your best bet for getting top dollar. But here's where the real kicker comes in. In the world of rare coin collectors, the demand for the 1984 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is so high that it has become one of the most coveted coins in the world. Just imagine, you could sell this single penny and live the life you've always dreamed of, but time is of the essence. The longer you wait, the harder it may become to find a buyer who's willing to pay top dollar. The coin market is always changing, and there's no guarantee that demand will remain as high as it is now. So, if you've got one of these rare pennies sitting around, you're at a crossroads. Do you sell now and start living the lifestyle you've always imagined? Or do you hold on, risking the opportunity slipping through your fingers? Stick around until the very end, because in the next few minutes, I'll reveal a little-known secret about a specific type of rare penny that could be worth even more than the 1984 no-mint mark, and you probably have it at home right now. The 1984 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is not just any penny, it's an incredible, rare find that could make you hundreds of thousands of dollars if you know what to look for and how to sell it. But the clock is ticking. The market won't stay hot forever, so now is the time to take action. That if you're ready to cash in on your hidden treasure, don't wait, get your penny graded, and start exploring your selling options today. Your future self will thank you. Want to learn more about rare coins and how to turn them into a fortune? Hit the subscribe button now and stay tuned for our next video, where we'll dive even deeper into the world of rare coin treasures that could make you a millionaire. What if I told you that a single penny, yes, a coin no bigger than your fingertip, could be worth as much as a small mansion? It's not just a fantasy. It's reality. And that reality might be sitting in your pocket or buried in your coin jar right now. 1979 mint mark Lincoln penny, worth millions? Find out now. In today's video, we're going to uncover one of the most intriguing secrets of the coin world, the 1979 mint mark Lincoln penny. While this coin looks like any other penny you've seen, some of these rare pieces are worth nearly $795,000. But here's the catch: most people don't even know they have them. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to spot one, and more importantly, how to cash in on it. You're going about your day, checking the change you've been carrying in your wallet, tossing loose pennies into a jar on the counter, and then, one day, you come across something that could change everything. This is where the magic of the 1979 mint mark Lincoln penny comes in. At first glance, it seems like just another copper coin. But wait, this is no ordinary penny. Some of these coins are worth millions. In fact, there are reports of 1979 pennies selling for upwards of $795,000. You heard that right, a single penny, nearly $1 million. But how is this possible? Why would a coin worth just 1 cent, the same as any other penny, suddenly skyrocket in value? There's a real reason some of these pennies are worth more than a house, and trust me, you want to stick around to find out. But first, let's break down why and how these pennies are worth so much. Act 2, the mystery behind the penny, what makes it so valuable. The secret begins in 1979 when the U.S. Mint made a mistake during the minting process. That year, some pennies left the Denver Mint with double die errors, meaning the engraving on the coin was improperly stamped twice, creating a very noticeable and rare flaw. Now, don't worry if you don't fully understand the technicalities of double die errors just yet. Stick with me, because this part is critical to understanding why you could be holding a small fortune in your hand. Here's what you need to know. The double die error makes the year and mint mark look blurry or misaligned. The more dramatic the error, the higher the value. The market for such coins is fiercely competitive, and coin collectors are willing to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for a 1979 with a double die obverse. But, and here's the cliffhanger, you won't always know right away if your coin has this error. Most people just toss these pennies aside, not realizing they're sitting on a small fortune. And I can tell you, there's someone out there right now, probably even in your neighborhood, who knows exactly what to look for and is willing to pay top dollar to get their hands on one of these coins. Feeling a little nervous about checking your penny jar yet? Pause, chuckle, don't worry, I won't leave you hanging. In just a moment, I'll show you exactly how to identify these treasures. But before we do, let's talk about why the market is so hot for these rare pennies, how to spot and sell your rare penny now. Here's where things get really exciting. If you've got a 1979 penny sitting in your collection, the first thing you need to do is examine the details. Here's look closely at the mint mark on the coin. The 1979 coins with the double die error will show noticeable doubling of the D mint mark, as well as a blurry, doubled Liberty and In God We Trust inscriptions. Check for the split doubling. That's the error you're looking for, and it's often visible around the 9 and the 7 in the year, as well as on the lettering. It'll look as if the design has been stamped more than once. Should you run to a coin dealer? Should you sell on eBay? Well, you might be tempted to cash in right away, but hold on. What you do next is crucial. Because even the smallest mistake in selling your penny could cost you thousands of dollars. Selling a rare coin without proper authentication could drastically lower its value. Here's what you need to do: get your penny professionally graded. Trusted grading services like PCGS or NGC will assess the rarity and quality of your coin. The higher the grade, the higher the price. Step 2. Find the right buyer. This could mean finding a specialized coin auction house, or even a collector who knows the true worth of your rare 1979 penny. And here's the real kicker: if your penny is in perfect condition, don't be surprised if you're staring at a price tag that could reach over $795,000. But how do you make sure you're getting the highest possible value? How can you avoid scammers who want to pay you just a fraction of what it's really worth? Stay with me, because the final, crucial step is coming up. In a few short weeks, you could be cashing in on a coin that was sitting in your drawer for years. You could be living a life of freedom, luxury, and opportunity. All it takes is knowing what to look for, how to get it graded, and how to sell it to the right buyer. This isn't just about a rare coin. This is about seizing an opportunity. This is about taking control of your financial future. Only one way to find out. Start searching, start checking, and don't let this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity slip through your fingers. Want more tips on finding rare coins and turning them into serious money? Subscribe now, and join the journey to a wealthier future. What if I told you that an ordinary-looking 1971 Washington quarter could be worth more than your dream car, or even your entire house? Yes, you heard that right. A simple 25-cent coin, worth nearly $750,000. But before you run to check your spare change, let me warn you, 99.9% of these coins are worth just face value. The key is knowing how to spot the ultra-rare version, the one that can change your life overnight. And do you have one hiding in your pocket right now? Hourglass not done. Stay with me until the end, because I'll reveal the exact details that separate a worthless coin from a millionaire maker. The mystery of the 1971 Washington quarter. In 1971, the Denver Mint produced millions of Washington quarters. At first glance, these coins were nothing out of the ordinary. But somewhere in the minting process, a mistake happened. A tiny flaw. A minting anomaly so rare that only a handful of these quarters were ever released into circulation. This is what turned an ordinary 25-cent coin into a collector's holy grail. And here's the shocking part: most people who had this rare quarter had no idea. Some were spent on coffee, tossed into vending machines, or lost between couch cushions, forever. Face with monocle, let me ask you this: when was the last time you really looked at the quarters in your change jar? Because in a moment, I'm going to show you exactly how to check if you have one of these ultra-rare coins. Alright, listen carefully, because this is where most people get it wrong. There are a few critical details that set the $685,000 quarter apart from the rest. The mint mark mystery. First, check under the year 1971 on the coin. Do you see a small D for Denver? That's step 1. But don't get too excited yet, because just having a D mint mark isn't enough. The valuable 1971 quarter isn't made of standard copper nickel like the others. It was accidentally struck on a 90% silver planchet, the same material used in quarters before 1965. If your 1971 quarter sounds different when dropped on a hard surface, or if it weighs around 6.25 grams instead of the usual 5.67 grams, congratulations. You may be sitting on a fortune. Don't go anywhere yet. Because there's one more critical detail that could mean the difference between a rare coin and a really rare coin. Here's where things get serious. If you think you found a 1971 silver quarter, do not clean it, polish it, or try to improve it in any way. A single scratch or fingerprint could lower its value by thousands. Verify the weight and sound test. Use a scale to check if it's 6.25 grams. Then, do a ping test. Drop it on a hard surface and listen for a high-pitched ring instead of a dull clunk. Get it professionally appraised, find a trusted coin dealer or send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC to authenticate it. Connect with the right buyers. You don't want to sell a $685,000 coin for $500, do you? Auction houses and elite collectors will pay top dollar if they know your coin is the real deal. Time is ticking. Every year, more of these rare quarters get discovered, and as supply rises, prices may drop. The best time to check your coins? Right now. So, do you have one of these life-changing quarters hiding in plain sight? If you enjoyed this video and found it valuable, hit that like button and subscribe. I'll be sharing more hidden treasures that could be sitting in your pocket, waiting to make you rich. Speech balloon. And if you think you found one of these rare quarters, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your story. We're diving deep into a rare penny, one that might be tucked away in your drawer, a penny worth up to $795,000. No, this isn't a joke. This penny has been quietly flying under the radar for years, and it could be the key to the wealthy lifestyle you've always dreamed of. That's right, the 1993 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1 cent. It's real, and it's worth a lot more than you might think. By the end of this video, you'll know how to check if you have one, what makes it so valuable, and how to potentially cash in on this golden opportunity. Let me paint you a picture. You've got a collection of old pennies sitting in a box, right? And just like most people, you probably think, well, these are just pennies. Worthless, right? Well, let me tell you, you're wrong. Because that penny, the one you've been tossing aside for years, could be the rare 1993 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny. Now, imagine for a moment that this penny is worth $795,000. Almost $1 million for a single penny. How would that feel? What could you do with that? A new house? A car collection? Your dream vacation? Or maybe a life of comfort, security, and freedom from financial worry? It's all possible, and it all starts with knowing how rare this penny truly is. So, what makes this particular penny so valuable? Well, here's the thing. In 1993, the U.S. Mint was supposed to produce Lincoln pennies with a mint mark, you know, that little letter D for Denver or S for San Francisco. But in a strange twist of fate, a small batch of these pennies were released to the public without any mint mark at all. This was a huge mistake, but the result? A rare error coin that's caught the attention of collectors and investors alike. These pennies were produced in such limited quantities that they are considered an incredibly rare find. And you, yes you, might just have one in your possession right now. To the untrained eye, it's just another penny, but to coin experts, it's a hidden gem. It's not just about rarity, it's about the fact that this minting error has created a high demand for the coin. People are lining up to get their hands on it. Time is of the essence. You've got to act fast. There are more people discovering the value of these pennies every day, and as demand rises, so do prices. That penny you have sitting in your drawer right now could be worth $795,000 today, but it might not be tomorrow. So, what should you do if you think you have this rare penny? First, check your coins. Look closely at your 1993 pennies. No mint mark means you could be sitting on a gold mine. Then, it's time to get it appraised. You don't want to risk selling it for less than it's worth. Get in touch with a trusted coin expert or appraiser who can tell you exactly how much it's worth in today's market. And don't just go to any buyer, go to someone who knows the true value of this coin. You could be walking away with hundreds of thousands of dollars in your pocket. But wait, there's one more piece of this puzzle. What if I told you there's even another penny from the same year that could be worth even more? Yes, there's an even rarer version of this coin, and its value might just shock you. Stay tuned, because after the break, we're diving into this next treasure. Imagine waking up tomorrow knowing that you've turned an old, discarded penny into a life-changing amount of money. It's within your reach, but it's up to you to act. Time waits for no one, and the longer you wait, the more you risk losing out. So, don't let that rare penny slip away from your grasp. If you've been holding on to that old penny, don't wait any longer. Check your collection, get it appraised, and sell it to the right buyer who will pay top dollar. That dream lifestyle could be one phone call away. But remember, these rare coins aren't just going to sit around forever. Narrator, don't miss your chance to make the big move. Start living the life you've always dreamed of. That fortune could be in your pocket right now. Get your hands on that rare penny and unlock the door to your new future. It's and a whole lot more. Hit that like button if you're ready to make your fortune, subscribe for more incredible tips, and share this video with anyone you know who's still sitting on their old. Don't let this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity pass you by. Imagine reaching into your pocket, pulling out a penny, and realizing it could be worth almost $1 million. Yes, you heard that right. $795,000 for a single 1994 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. Now, before you say, "Nah, my old pennies are just pocket change," consider this: one lucky collector cashed in on this very coin, and there could be another one waiting in your coin jar, purse, or even under your couch cushions right now. But if you're ignoring your old pennies, you might be doing exactly that. And let's be real, if I told you a single penny could be worth more than some Ferraris, you'd probably think I hit my head on a pile of loose change. But stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for to see if you have this rare, life-changing coin. Well, the answer is buried in history, and it's a story of mistakes, rarity, and a little bit of luck. Why this penny is worth a fortune. Let's travel back to 1994, a time when pagers were cool, gas was $1 a gallon, and nobody had heard of Google. The US Mint was churning out billions of pennies, most of them with a tiny letter, D for Denver or S for San Francisco. But something went wrong in a batch produced in Philadelphia. A small number of these pennies left the mint without a mint mark, a crucial identifier that tells collectors where a coin was made. These mint errors were never meant to exist, making them one of the rarest and most valuable pennies in modern history. Here's the kicker: unlike other famous error coins, the 1994 no mint mark penny is so rare that even experts didn't believe it at first. For years, collectors searched, hoping to find one, and finally, a single verified specimen emerged, snatched up for a jaw-dropping $795,000. That's almost 80 million times its original value. That means if you found just one more, you could turn 1 cent into generational wealth. Let that sink in. How to spot one and why. Time is running out now. Before you run off and flip over every penny you've ever touched, let me tell you exactly what to look for. Unlike regular 1994 pennies, this rare coin has no tiny letter under the year. It should weigh around 2.5 grams and have a bright copper appearance. The lettering and Lincoln's portrait should be sharp and clear, indicating a true error coin. Now here's the part that should send chills down your spine: no one knows how many of these exist. The moment another one is confirmed, the price could skyrocket, or plummet if too many are found. That means time is of the essence. What if there's only one more out there, and someone else finds it before you? Imagine the regret of throwing away nearly $1 million because you didn't. So, before you go about your day, take just 5 minutes to dig through your coins. Check your old collections, ask your grandparents, and raid that forgotten piggy bank, because in a world where most people ignore their pennies, the smart ones, the lucky ones, know that sometimes, the smallest things can lead to the biggest fortunes. Maybe the next millionaire to cash in on a 1994 no mint mark Lincoln penny is you. Have you ever thought your pennies were worth nothing? Well, think again. You might have a hidden fortune sitting in your pocket or a dusty drawer right now, and it could be worth a small fortune, or even millions. Yes, you heard that right, millions. But before you start rummaging through every coin jar in your house, let me show you something truly extraordinary. Dramatic music builds. In 1993, a simple penny was minted in the United States, just like millions of others. But little did we know, one tiny error made this seemingly insignificant coin one of the rarest and most valuable in history. A mistake, in fact, turned it into an absolute treasure. Pause for a moment of suspense. That coin, the 1993 D mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, wasn't supposed to exist. You see, the D mint mark, normally used to indicate it was produced in Denver, wasn't supposed to appear on a specific set of pennies that year. And here's where things get interesting. This small error made some of these coins worth up to $795,000. Can you imagine that? A single penny, sitting in your collection, just waiting to make you a fortune. Cue upbeat transition music. You might be thinking, that's impossible. I've never heard of this. Well, I assure you, this mistake happened, and it's one of the most sought-after coins in the world today. Now, let me show you how to tell if you have one of these golden tickets. Tense music, focusing on the coin collection process. Alright, let's talk specifics. How do you find this incredibly rare penny? First, let me hit you with the facts. Not all 1993D pennies are worth a fortune. Oh no. In fact, the vast majority of them are still worth just 1 cent. But here's the thing, you don't want to waste time on the wrong ones. If you're looking for that $795,000 penny, you need to know exactly what to look for. Pause for dramatic effect. Start by inspecting your pennies carefully. You'll want to examine the mint mark. If you have a 1993 penny, flip it over to the reverse side. Look at the small letter D on the lower right side of the coin. The rare ones have a distinct minting error that causes the D mint mark to be doubled, giving it a blurry, ghostly appearance. Cue slight humorous tone for reset. I know, it sounds a little like a coin detective game, doesn't it? But no need to get your magnifying glass out just yet. We're just getting warmed up. Exciting, fast-paced music building. Now here's where it gets really exciting. The 1993D penny with the doubled mint mark isn't just rare, it's extremely valuable. But how valuable? Well, let's talk numbers. One of these pennies was recently sold for a mind-blowing $795,000. I'm not kidding. That's nearly $1 million for a single coin. Pause for effect. Just imagine for a moment, what could you do with that kind of money? Pay off your mortgage? Travel the world? Or better yet, live the life you've always dreamed of, stress-free and surrounded by luxury. And the best part? It doesn't take a treasure chest of old coins to find it. One rare penny could completely change your life. This is the kind of opportunity that comes once in a lifetime. Reset with a humorous comment, and no, you won't need to start collecting every penny you see in the street. But I promise you, the ones that matter could be waiting in your own collection. Pause for a brief dramatic effect. Building suspense. How do you turn that $795,000 penny into real money? Well, that's where things get tricky. You can't just walk into any coin store and expect them to hand you a check for nearly $1 million. Inspirational music begins, showing people turning their passions into wealth. Here's where you'll need to become a coin expert. It's time to take your discovery to the right buyers. But who's the right buyer? How do you know you're getting the best price for your coin? You see, there are 2 types of buyers, those who will try to lowball you, and those who understand your coin's true worth. Pause for effect. Let me tell you something. It's all about knowing the right people and being informed. Do your research. Look up reputable auction houses. Some of these companies specialize in rare coins and they can get you the maximum price. And you want to act fast, because the market for rare coins can shift quickly. The longer you wait, the lower the demand may become. That's why acting now is key. Humorous interruption to lighten the mood, but don't expect to get $795,000 if you're still holding on to that penny and thinking about it over your morning coffee for the next 3 years. Time to get moving. The secret that could make or break your fortune. Tension builds, music intensifies. You might be asking yourself, how do I ensure I'm getting the most out of my coin? Well, here's a little secret. There's one final thing that can skyrocket your penny's value even more than you could imagine. Something that top collectors know but most people overlook. Want to know? Well, we'll talk about that in just a second. Pause. But first, if you're serious about finding these rare treasures, make sure to hit that subscribe button, because in our next video, we'll dive deeper into this hidden secret and how it can turn your pennies into piles of cash. Imagine waking up one morning, digging through an old jar of pennies, and realizing you're holding a small, seemingly ordinary coin worth nearly $800,000. There's a rare 2060 Lincoln penny out there that collectors are willing to pay up to $795,000 for. And here's the kicker, you might already have one, just sitting in your pocket, forgotten in a drawer, or hidden in an old coin collection. Before you go scrambling through your couch cushions, stay with me. Because in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you why this penny is worth so much, what rare details you need to look for, and how you can sell it for the maximum price possible. Warning, but here's the catch: if you don't check now, you could be letting life-changing money slip through your fingers. So, grab a penny, any penny, and let's find out if you're the next accidental millionaire. Let's dive in, now, before you assume it's just a penny. How can it be worth so much? Let me tell you a quick story. Back in 2006, the U.S. Mint in Denver produced millions of Lincoln pennies. But here's where things get interesting. A rare minting error occurred on a handful of these coins. This error makes them super valuable in the eyes of collectors, turning a simple 1-cent coin into a life-changing payday. First, flip the coin over. On the reverse side, some 2060 pennies have a bizarre error in the lettering or design. Some even show doubling effects, misalignment, or even a different composition than usual. Second, check the color and luster. Some of these rare pennies were struck on experimental planchets, giving them an unusual shine. Third, look for die cracks or misprints. These rare anomalies are what drive collectors wild and push values sky high. Now, here's where things get really exciting. There are reports that one of these rare pennies recently sold for a jaw-dropping $795,000. And many others have been auctioned for thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars. But before you start dreaming, you need to know how to sell it for maximum value, and I'm going to show you exactly how. Yeah, me neither. But after this video, you'll never look at loose change the same way again. You can't just walk into a bank and say, "Hey, I've got $1 million penny." Instead, send it to a certified coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll officially verify its authenticity and give it a grade that affects its value. Auction houses, online collectors platforms, private dealers don't settle for less. Some collectors may try to lowball you, so always research recent sale prices before making a deal. Remember, if one of these coins is worth $795,000, yours could be next in line, even if your penny isn't the $795,000 one. Some 2060 errors still sell for thousands. So, every penny literally counts. Now, let's talk about something serious. The value of rare coins is rising, but it won't last forever. As more of these rare pennies are discovered, the market could shift. That means the best time to check your coins and cash in is right now before prices change. So, if you have a 2060 penny, check it. Authenticate it. Sell it. You might just become a millionaire from a single cent. Before you go, like this video if you found this information valuable. Subscribe for more rare coin discoveries. And comment below if you've ever found a rare coin. You never know who might be willing to buy it. Imagine this. You're walking down the street, reach into your pocket for some loose change, and boom, you're holding a coin that could make you a millionaire. Sounds like a dream, right? Right now, there's a 2008 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny quietly trading hands, completely unnoticed. Yet, one of these little copper coins just sold for $795,000, and there could be more out there. But here's the kicker. Most people don't even check their change. That's why collectors and investors are quietly scooping up these rare pennies for hundreds of thousands, while the rest of the world blindly spends them on coffee. But here's the good news. You're about to learn exactly how to spot this rare penny, why it's worth so much, and how you can cash in big. But don't blink, because these pennies won't stay in circulation forever. A minting mistake. Back in 2008, something unusual happened. A small batch of these pennies was struck without a mint mark, making them an anomaly in the world of coin collecting. They weren't meant to exist, and anything that's not supposed to exist? It's valuable. This is numismatic gold. Coin collectors live for these mistakes. And because the US Mint only produces a limited number of coins each year, rare errors like these become priceless treasures over time. But wait, does this mean you should start hoarding all your pennies like some sort of modern-day Scrooge McDuck? Not quite. Not all 2008 pennies are valuable. In fact, most of them are only worth 1 cent. But if you know what to look for, you could uncover a hidden fortune in plain sight. Here's how to tell if your penny is one of the ultra-rare ones, and what to do if you find one. Now, let's get down to business. Here's what you need to check. Look at the date and mint mark. Most pennies will have a tiny letter, D for Denver, P for Philadelphia, or S for San Francisco. But if yours has no mint mark at all, you might have something special. Condition matters. If your penny looks like it's fresh from the mint, shiny, no scratches, crisp details, it could be worth big money. The highest recorded sale was nearly $800,000 for a flawless one. Get it authenticated. Don't just assume. You need a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC to verify your coin. This tiny step could mean the difference between a penny and a payout that changes your life. And hey, don't go quitting your job just yet, unless you actually find one. Then, well, maybe. But here's the catch: these rare pennies are being scooped up fast. Collectors know what's happening, and every day, another one disappears into a private collection. So check your pennies now. You could be one coin away from your dream lifestyle, a beautiful home, financial freedom, never worrying about bills again. Hit the like button, subscribe for more rare coin secrets, and share this video, because you never know who might be sitting on a fortune without even realizing it. What if I told you that a single ordinary-looking penny sitting in your pocket right now could be worth almost $800,000? Yes, you heard that right. A tiny, copper-coated coin that most people overlook, a 2016 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, has been auctioned for a jaw-dropping $795,000. Now, before you rush to check your change jar, stick with me. Because I'm about to show you exactly how to identify this rare penny, and how one simple mistake could mean the difference between a small fortune and just 1 cent. Most people wouldn't, but you will. Imagine accidentally spending one of the rarest pennies in US history on a pack of gum. Now, let's dive into why this coin is so valuable, and how you can cash in before it's too late. The mysterious no mint mark error. Unlike most modern pennies that carry a mint mark, P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, or S for San Francisco, some 2016 Lincoln pennies were minted without any mark. At first glance, it looks just like any other penny, but that's what makes it so deceptive. The ultra-rare die variety. A microscopic difference in the minting process resulted in a small batch of coins with an incredibly rare die error. And collectors? Oh, they love errors. The rarer, the better. This is where it gets wild. A collector recently paid $795,000 for one of these coins because of its exceptional condition and unique die characteristics. Imagine the regret of the person who once had it but spent it without realizing its true value. But here's where it gets even crazier: there could be more of these pennies out there. And they could be hiding in your pocket right now. I'll show you exactly how to check for one in just a second. But first, let's talk current market value. Right now, these pennies are skyrocketing in value, with top auction houses offering six-figure payouts for pristine specimens. Here's the kicker: most people don't even know they have one. But the clock is ticking. More collectors are finding out about this coin, and as more are discovered, prices could shift. That's why you need to act now. If not, you might have a winner. Check for sharp, well-defined features. Higher quality means higher value. Use a magnifying glass to check for die cracks or unusual textures. If you think you have one, do not spend it. Instead, send it to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. Auction houses like Heritage Auction specialize in rare coins. Some collectors will try to lowball you. Hold out for the real value. Not today, sir. Not today. Don't make this costly mistake. Not all 2016 pennies are rare, but the ones that are, they're life-changing. people throw away fortune-level pennies every single day because they don't know what to look for. Don't be one of them. If you found this video valuable, hit that like button so YouTube knows to show it to more collectors like you. Subscribe because I'm dropping more high-value coin secrets that could make you a millionaire, and if you think this is just a lucky penny story, check your change before you check out. You might just be sitting on a small fortune. What if you just spent it at a gas station last week? But before you start tearing through your loose change like a treasure hunter, let me tell you why this 2006 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is turning everyday people into overnight millionaires. And how one tiny mistake at the US Mint could mean a fortune for you. Now, let's break this down. What makes this penny different from the billions of others in circulation? First, this coin was struck without a mint mark, a rare error that sets it apart from standard pennies. Normally, pennies are minted in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco, and they carry a little letter to indicate where they were made. But in 2006, something strange happened. A batch of pennies left the US Mint, without any mint marks at all. And here's the thing, errors like these shouldn't exist. They're like a glitch in the system. The US Mint tries to catch them, but once in a while, a few slip through. It's like a bakery accidentally making gold-plated donuts and accidentally selling them for $1. Someone's getting the deal of a lifetime. They're obsessed with these mistakes. Recently, one of these 2006 no-mint Mark Lincoln pennies sold for $795,000 at auction. That's nearly $800,000 for one penny. But how do you know if you have one? And if you do, how do you sell it for maximum profit? Alright, time for the part you've been waiting for, how to check your pennies. Check the date, must be 2006 inch first, look for the year 2006 on your penny. If it's not 2006, sorry, but you're still holding just 1 cent. Look for the mint mark. Now, here's where things get interesting. Flip your penny over and check under the date. If you see a tiny D or P, that means it was minted in Denver or Philadelphia, common and not rare. But, if there's no mint mark at all, congratulations. You might just be looking at a 6-figure payday. That's the moment when your heart stops, your hands start sweating, and suddenly, you're handling that penny like it's made of fragile diamond dust. Get it professionally graded. The first step is to have your coin graded by PCGS or NGC, 2 of the top grading companies. They authenticate rare coins and assign them a value. Sell at the right auction house, then, consider selling it through an auction house like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. These places have wealthy collectors willing to pay top dollar for rare coins. And here's the catch, prices for rare coins are skyrocketing right now. But that could change. The best time to act is now. Right now, somewhere in America, someone is walking around with a nearly $1 million penny in their pocket, unaware of the fortune they hold. Check them now. Because that little copper coin could be your golden ticket to a brand new life. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications because we're uncovering more hidden treasures in your pocket change every week. And hey, if you find that $1 million penny, don't forget to buy yourself something nice. Maybe a whole roll of pennies, just to be safe.